You all are dead to me. Sorry, ladies. It's not that I hate you or nothing. In fact, the complete opposite. Oh my god. But Money and I have a long-term committed relationship. Nothing monogamous. It's just that money from my hands gets slushed around with love so everyone can get a taste of what having money feels like. Dirty. A ghetto law is a law that we live by. Day by day I wonder why my shorty had to die. I reminisce about my ghetto princess every day. Give it up for my shorty, shorty. That's my money, that is. 'Cause only the loot can make me happy. Anyways, in this video, let's talk about why Bitcoin is trustworthy and how to keep it close like your best lover. With your crypto consigning, you have learned from me, Money Sage, the cash flow bender. Hey, what's up? Money Sage here. Man, I just love money. Real money, that is. But don't get it twisted, I'm not greedy for money. Money gives me the luxury of placing value on things I really care about. My health, my knowledge. I could buy audiobooks for days. My family's well-being, my gorgeous and spectacular home, my vroom vrooms. What else? Oh, I never let money get in my way of being honorable. That's where Money and I draw the line. And that's how we keep an ongoing and healthy relationship. We do get risky, but that's it. Well, enough about me. Let's talk about money.
Corporate owner of Bitcoin with more than $5 billion worth on its balance sheet. Michael Saylor is the chairman and CEO and joins us live. Michael, great to see you and great to have you on the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So there's this ongoing debate about whether Bitcoin is a safe haven or an inflation hedge, or whether it's just a speculative asset. Answer the question, which one is it? Put this debate to rest.
Bitcoin's perfected gold, it's digital gold, and it's also perfected property, digital property. And people that are trading it right now without having studied it for 100 hours, they trade it as a risk asset, so they just trade it like any kind of tech asset. But those that have spent the time to understand it, they understand it to be the ultimate risk-off asset.
But you see Bitcoin as a digital property, not as a currency, right?
Yeah, it's best thought of as a property. The IRS designated it property. So what you want to do is buy $1 million or 10 or 100 or $1 billion worth of it and hold it for a decade, just like you would buy $1 billion building. It's better than $1 billion of gold because gold's being diluted by gold mining and it's centralized, and you can't generate rent on gold. It's better than a building. Building is better than gold because you can generate rent, but with Bitcoin you can in essence generate rent by renting it out to anybody on Earth, because you can move it at the speed of light, and it's digital as opposed to physical property.
You know, there's been a lot of talk, Michael, about whether Russia can use Bitcoin, to get around sanctions that are in place. Is this something that you're watching?
You know, I think a lot of people have looked at it and concluded, no, Russia's not using it. I mean, I think in 30 years, nation states will probably get to the scale and get comfortable using crypto technology. But right now, Bitcoin's being used by working class people to protect their savings from rampant inflation. And it's being used by people that no longer have access to the banking system, and they're not being served by credit cards and by local financial organizations. So it's interesting to hundreds of millions of working class people. It's maybe the difference between life and death for them. It's not really a solution to a massive nation state.
Bitcoin is hovering around the $40,000 range, and you actually think that regulation will wind up speeding the adoption of Bitcoin. Will that also be a catalyst to move it higher? And if it does, what level are you looking at?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Bitcoin is crypto property, and a lot of the world is trying to figure out the difference between a cryptocurrency and a crypto security and a crypto platform and a crypto property. As the regulators lay out those bright lines, then you're going to see massive amounts of institutional capital come into the crypto property space. And investors that have billions and tens of billions of dollars to invest aren't going to fear that maybe they're investing in a crypto security, which is going to be a regulatory challenge for them. So I expect that regulatory clarity will come in the next couple of years. And bit by bit, as we get more regulatory clarity, it's going to be a green light for large institutional investors to take progressively larger positions in Bitcoin.
What's the next best digital asset on the way?
I really think that the world wants two things. They want crypto dollars, like US dollar stable coins, and there's a demand for $10 trillion worth of that. Everywhere in the world, people know that they want dollars on their mobile phone because they can't trust the banks, they can't trust their local government, they don't want their local currency. And the second thing they want is they want Bitcoin, which is a crypto property. The dollar is your checking account and your medium of exchange, and Bitcoin is your savings account and it's your store of value.
Okay, Michael Saylor, so great to have you on the show today. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
My social skills are kept on the DL. But for those of you who still don't know, DL means on the down low. Man, I have learned so much about women from dApps because my G is smooth. Therefore, I can have any one of you little PYTs wrapped around my little finger. However, as the grounded men that we both are, we know how to keep our focus on personal missions due to the fact that a large number of men out here are struggling to stay financially afloat. And that's to no fault of their own. At the start of this shortfall for women, where are all the men at? This is a result of long-term period of social engineering to break the men away from their families as the protectors and providers. Though at this point, there is no turning back to those norms. Women have it all figured out, and they are all independent now. And as men, we know nothing about women, right? However, conquering women is no easy feat. First, you have to overcome your fear of the approach. Easier said than done, right fellas? And ladies, be easy on a guy who's making the effort to tell you you're attractive. Until you somehow break out of your pretty little shell and then turn into this sea merchant monster to yell at him, "No!" with a huge roar, like, goddamn. A simple no thank you would have done it. Though for those sleazy fellas who keep trying, you then turn all buttery and melt into his arms, hitch a cab with the dude, and leave the scene unseen. It's like, Melly, is Sarah okay? While she gives me a grinful look of jealousy and confirms to correspond almost under her breath. Oh, she's gone, and more than good? By the way, since you love the content, be sure to join, subscribe, tip me with the like button, and talk to me. Leave a comment for us to share with everyone. The second thing to do is to read a book or two, or listen to several audiobooks to build up your psychology about women. Furthermore, you'll have to go out there and put the theory to practice, all while you are still frightened to life. And after 10 tries, you still get it all wrong. Only get fake numbers more often than not to realize they just love to shatter your confidence. Fellas, that is the ultimate test. You gotta stay in the pocket and lock it. Finally, you got into this thing like you're in it to win it. And over the course of time, steady learning and steady practice, your confidence is back strong. You start to sound funny and charming. You're throwing out little pet names at all of them. Gina, Betty Crocker, Muffin, Cupcake, Leona. And you realize that you are grateful you took the leap forward. So, be sure to visit my description at the bottom of each video. I have placed links to my favorite exchanges, wallets, and cold storage to help you consign your crypto boom. Those are your crypto assets. Remember to get your claim of the life. Man, it is so critical to make a claim on your flesh and blood and to be accountable for your body vessel and your purchasing power. Later on, you meet one that is far different from the rest. You decide to go much slower with this one. She seems to pay attention to details and seduces the wits out of you. Now you have her on a pedestal and you realize you're not getting any younger. And you decide to tie the knot. Congratulations. Your yield on investment is above the expected return. She was the one all along. And you're head over heels happy you married. This is what it feels like to get committed to Bitcoin. Well, to me, Bitcoin is like women. It requires all the steps given above, and then you have to get into a position of performance and promise to never give her up once you have her. But like I have told you above, I am non-monogamous. Anyhow, I have made the mistake of buying Bitcoin early on, making tremendous gains, and then selling for that ROI because I didn't value the quantity of my position. And now I have to wait because I know that choice coins are going to make me rich. Consequently, once we all become rich, we're going to need property, and Bitcoin is digital property for the long haul. Moreover, beating out deflation, inflation, and rising expenses, you gotta love hard money. Look fellas, a lot of you whom dApps speaks to are afraid to get into crypto. You fear the risk of high volatility and only view it as a high-risk asset. But say it with me, the higher the risk, the greater the reward. Very good. Bitcoin is the future. Forever. Therefore, do yourself a favor and put in your 100 hours. Do it fast. Oh my God, do it now. Learn as much as you can, because not only are you going to gain confidence and clarity in the market, but your significant other or long-term lover is going to crave you for it, like she's hangry. But positive vibes only. Since Saylor brought up the topic of the former IRS as a conclusion, the former IRS no longer exists. And do the former regulators even have a position in this new evolution of money? Now going digital and performing at a rapid transaction rate? Globally? How are we going to use this new function of money with correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar, contracts? I know, that is a mouthful. Daps has a vision about the future, but he needs you to be competent there with him. He has learned from the past that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. As each fiat currency of the world is failing, Bitcoin and choice coins are our new bridge to the quantum-banking system. The Postmaster-General, Russell-J, Gould, has cut down all the trees, the brushes, has fought vicious tigers countless times. And now, all we have to do is simply take the time to learn and pave the new roads. This too is all about overcoming our newfound fears. I get it. We fear the unknown and loss of our belongings. And what if I told you that you could keep it all? Nonetheless, the quantum-venue is about high honor and fairness.
Self-custody, your crypto. We are in a new era of money.
Bridging humanity into the now space. Everyone, thank you. Gratitude for taking the time, and don't be so broke you can't pay attention. Do me a favor and help me get this content out, and since you love it, be sure to leave comments, follow, subscribe. Thumbs up, hit the share link, and blast this good stuff to your world. I want the audience. Hello?